Тема нашего открытого урока Environmental Quality and Sustainability. Сегодня на занятии мы с вами разберем фразы и выражения, которые помогут нам описать экологию нашего района, квартала, в котором мы с вами живем, описать качество окружающей среды и устойчивое развитие. Сегодня на занятии мы с вами также отработаем грамматическое правило, грамматическое время, которое поможет нам описать события, которые произошли в прошлом, но имеют связь с настоящим. Поэтому предлагаю начать. So, to my mind, this topic, environmental quality and sustainability, is very important. I am sure that you know these words, you have heard these words. But at first, I want you to think it over. What does it mean? Sustainability. To my mind, this topic is very vital. Why should we speak about it? I was discussing environmental sustainability with my parents and my friends recently. The intent was to show them all the ways that we do it our neighborhood, in our environment with minimal effort. Reducing, composting, reusable grocery bags, vegetables, gardening, electric vehicles, menus, Monday, or reduced travel. Of course, I'm not a scientist. Of course, I am not my parents and I live in this neighborhood, and I want my neighborhood to be cleaner, to be healthier. So, to my mind, this topic is very vital. Here describes this word as the quality of causing little or no damage to the environment, and therefore able to continue for a long time. So as you can see, this topic is really vital to speak it over. I think that there are different ways that will help us to maintain environmental quality and sustainability in our neighborhood. What are them? Let's enumerate them and look at the translation of these phrases so that it will help us to describe the quality of our neighborhood. So the first word is to sort garbage for its subsequent recycling. I understand these words are difficult to pronounce. These words are difficult for translation, but I will read them one by one, sentence by sentence, and I want you to repeat after me, word by word. So let's start with the first phrase. To sort garbage. Garbage, the stress is in the first syllable, garbage, for its subsequent recycling. Сортировать мусор для последующей переработки. So my first step is to reduce. Reduce, it is a verb, so reduction is a noun, сокращение. To reduce the consumption of potentially harmful goods and services. Pay attention to this word consumption, consumption, consumption. So the letter P is not pronounced in this word. Consumption of potentially harmful goods and services. So these words are used in a plural variant. Сократить потребление потенциальных вредных товаров и услуг. What can we do next? I think that we are to limit the use of cars and plastics. And you will agree with me that this step will help us to maintain potential quality and sustainability in our neighborhood. Limit. Pay attention to the stress of this word. It is pronounced in the first syllable, limit. The use, the voiced sound z. The use of cars and plastic. So let's continue. What should we do next? We can replace those with more eco-friendly alternatives, such as bicycles, and recycled paper. Pay attention to the word paper because this word is pronounced with aspiration. Replace those with more eco-friendly alternatives. So this word is pronounced with the sound or, alternatives, such as bicycles and recycled paper. I want you to repeat these sentences after me, sentence by sentence, word by word. I will pronounce this sentence one more time slowly, and you are to repeat after me. Replace those with more eco-friendly alternatives, such as diphthong I, bicycles, and recycled paper. Заменить их более экологическими альтернативами, такими как велосипедами, либо переработанная бумага. Let's look at this step. What should we do? We can join or set up a community garden. Join or set up a community garden. The letter R is not pronounced in this word. Garden. The letter E is not pronounced in this word. Присоединиться к общественному саду или разбить его на своем участке. Посадить как можно больше деревьев. What can we do next? We can reduce your waste footprint. Reduce your waste footprint. Мы можем сократить количество отходов. And this step will help us to maintain sustainability in our neighborhood. All right, what can we do next? We can reduce and redirect waste. Redirect, please pay attention to the pronunciation of this word. The stress is on the second syllable, redirect. Сокращать отходы и направлять их на переработку. Redirect waste. Waste. Great. What can we do next? We can fertilize gardens with decomposed food and yard waste. I will repeat this sentence one more time, and you are to repeat after me. Fertilize gardens with decomposed, the diphthong O, decomposed food and yard waste. Fertilize means удобрять сады разложившимися продуктами питания либо дворовыми отходами. Fertilize gardens with decomposed food and yard waste. What can we do next? We can use special trash compactor bags. Special trash compactor bags. What does it mean? It means использовать специальные мешки для уплотнения мусора. Again, this fact will help you to maintain sustainability in our neighborhood. What can we do next? We can jog. Jog means бег трусцой. I like jogging every morning. It means I like, мне нравится совершать пробежки трусцой каждое утро. Jog around your community. Carry a small trash bag with you to pick up waste. Совершать пробежки по своему району. Носить с собой небольшие пакеты для мусора чтобы собирать отходы. Let's read this sentence one more time and you are to repeat after me. Jog around your community. Carry a small trash bag with you to pick up waste. To pick up waste. All right. I think that these sentences are clear for you. And now let's look at the grammar. Today we are going to discuss this tense, present perfect continuous. I like this tense very much. It means настоящее совершенное длительное время. This sentence is used to describe actions or events that began in the past and have continued up to now. It may be still be happening. Это время помогает нам описать события, которые произошли в прошлом. И имеет связь с настоящим, имеет результат в настоящем. Давайте посмотрим, как оно образуется. Let's look at this grammar. So we can use has for a third personal singular subject. For example, he has, she has, or it has. You know this rule. And have, I have, we have, you have, children have, parents have. This word being and present participle or the verb with the ending ing. Look at this sentence. You have been waiting here for 2 hours. Ты, либо вы уже ждете здесь 2 часа. Это значит, что вы договорились с другом встретиться в парке, но вы немного опаздываете на встречу, а ваш друг пришел в парк 2 часа назад, в прошлом, да, 2 часа назад, и все еще ждет вас, пока вы придете. И вы пришли и говорите другу, что you have been waiting here for 2 hours. Несмотря на то, что ты 2 часа меня ждал назад, ты все еще продолжаешь это делать. Действие началось в прошлом, но еще имеет связь с настоящим. So let's look at our sentences. Let's do some tasks, some exercises with our sentences. I have been sorting garbage for its subsequent recycling. Pay attention to this grammar. I have been sorting garbage for its subsequent recycling. So my action started in the past. And you can see my result right now. You can see that I have been sorting garbage for its subsequent recycling. Let's look at the second sentence. I have been limiting the uses of cars and plastics. Again, for example, I've moved to memory card 2 years ago, but still I have been limiting the use of cars and plastics. Or you can say, my friend has been limiting the use of cars. The use of cars. It means that your friend moved to America 3 years ago, and he started to limit the use of cars and plastics 3 years ago. And he still has been limiting the use of cars and plastics right now. So you can see this result in present, despite the fact that the action was started in the past. Let's look at the third sentence. I have been reducing the consumption of potentially harmful goods and services. Or you can say, my friend or my husband has been reducing the consumption of potentially harmful goods and services. So let's look at another sentences. My second solution. What should I do to maintain my sustainability of my neighborhood? I have been replacing things with more eco-friendly alternatives, such as bicycles or recycled paper. So I should warn you that this word alternatives is pronounced as or, all alternatives. Just a second. Alternatives, just like that. Alternatives, the stress is on the second syllable. Pay attention to it. So, what I did in the past. I have been replacing things with more eco-friendly alternatives such as bicycles and recycled paper. I have been jogging or setting up a community garden. I have been jogging or join or setting up a community garden. Or my friend or my mother or father has been joining or setting up a community garden. I have been reducing my waste footprint. I have been reducing my footprint. Or my parents or my friend has been reducing my footprint. Let's continue. My third solution. What should I do to maintain my neighborhood's sustainability? I have been fertilizing gardens with decomposed food and yard waste. I have, or my brother has, been fertilizing gardens with decomposed food and yard waste. I have been using special trash compactor bags. I have been using special trash compactor bags. Or I have been jogging around my community and I have carrying a small trash bag with me to pick up waste. I have been jogging around my community and I have been carrying a small trash bag with me to pick up waste. So we trained these sentences using the present perfect continuous. And now I want you to practice a little bit. Let's do it right now. I think it's high time to do it. Please look at the screen. Here you can see the Russian translation of this sentence. Я занимаюсь сортировкой мусора для его последующей переработки. So, I will give you 15 seconds to translate this sentence, and then we will check. Try to use the new grammar tense, present perfect continuous, to translate this sentence. Я занимаюсь сортировкой мусора для его последующей переработки. So translate this sentence, and then we will check. All right. Let's check yourself. I have been sorting. Pay attention to this ending sort. Sorting garbage for its subsequent recycling. Let's continue. Я ограничиваю использование автомобилей и пластмасс. Translate this sentence. I will give you 15 seconds to think it over, to make up your own sentence, and then we will check. Я ограничиваю использование автомобилей и пластмасс. Or if you know the answer, if you are sure, you may put down your sentence in our chat. Let's check. I have been limiting the use of cars and plastics. I have been limiting the use of cars and plastics. Let's continue. Я сокращаю потребление потенциально вредных товаров и услуг. Again, I will give you 15 seconds to think it over, and then we will check. Я сокращаю потребление потенциально вредных товаров и услуг. I have been reducing the consumption of potentially harmful goods and services. I have been reducing the consumption of potentially harmful goods and services. Pay attention to these nouns. They are pronounced as z, goods and services in plural form. Я заменяю вещи более экологическими альтернативами, такими как велосипеды и переработанная бумага. So let's translate this sentence. I will give you 15 seconds to think it over. I have been replacing things with more eco-friendly alternatives, such as bicycles and recycled paper. I have been replacing things with more eco-friendly alternatives, such as bicycles and recycled paper. Let's continue. Я присоединяюсь к общественному саду или создаю его. Make up your own sentence, and then we will check. I have been joining or setting up a community garden. Pay attention that this word is a phrasal one. It is used with the particle up, setting up a community garden. Setting up means to create, to build up, set up, to build or to create a community garden. Let's continue. Я сокращаю объем своих отходов. Let's check. I have been reducing my waste footprint. I have been reducing my waste footprint. Let's continue. Я удобряю сады разложившимися продуктами и дворовыми отходами. How will you translate this sentence? I'm eager to know. I've been fertilizing gardens with decomposed food and yard waste. I've been fertilizing gardens with decomposed, the diphthong O, decomposed food and yard waste. Let's continue. Я использую специальные мешки для уплотнения мусора. Make up your own sentence and then we will check. I've been using special trash compactor bags. I've been using special trash compactor bags. Let's continue. Я бегаю трусцой по моему району, поэтому беру с собой небольшой пакет для мусора, чтобы собирать отходы. Let's translate this sentence. Let's check. I've been jogging around my community and I've been carrying a small trash bag with me to pick up waste. To pick up waste. Pay attention to the spelling of this word jogging. So in this time, present perfect continuous, we add the additional letter G. Jogging, jogging. When you add this ing, you are to add the additional letter G. I've been jogging around my community and I've been carrying a small trash bag with me to pick up waste. So let's continue. So my next question is, do you know the difference between garbage and litter? I will give you some minutes or some seconds to think it over. Think over between the difference garbage and litter. Because these two words means мусор. Garbage means мусор and litter means мусор. So what's the difference between these two words? So if you don't know the difference between these two words, I will help you, certainly. Please look at the screen. Garbage stands for wet garbage. Something that can rot, such as food waste. And in American English, this word garbage is often used as a synonym of trash. So garbage means food waste, vegetables waste, fruit waste, or any kind of food waste. It means wet. And litter means trash, trash left in the wrong place. A cat litter, fallen leaves, or animal droppings. So it is the main difference between these two words. And now I think that you know this difference pretty well. So I think that we should wind up our lesson. Thank you very much. Let's stop here. Thank you for listening to me. I think that you translated all these sentences and now you understand the difference between garbage and litter. Спасибо большое всем за занятие, за наш урок. Мы приглашаем вас на наши живые занятия, где вы будете улучшать ваш английский язык. План обучения подстраивается под ваши цели, под ваш уровень. Записывайтесь на вводный урок по ссылке в описании, чтобы узнать о нас подробнее. Спасибо всем большое. До встречи.